I want to touch on an individual player firstly. Jed Walter. He finished really strong. I noticed he kind of looked a bit run down in the first half, but then he kind of came off for a moment of time. Was there a message from you and the coaching team in that period off that helped him spark so much in the?
Yeah, look, I think Millsy, Brad Miller, our forwards coach, spoke to him, and you know, Jed's got an incredible tank first and foremost. He's got incredible speed. And he's got incredible power, and he just wasn't utilising his strengths at all. So you know, throughout the game, especially early, but then once Brad spoke to him, sort of showed him some vision about what he looks like when he's doing it well, and we got the result we're after. It is going to happen time to time with 18-year-old, 19-year-old lads, and we rested Ethan Reid this week, and Jed's a guy that's going well at the moment. His indicators are all above board, so he at some stage will have a rest, very much like Ethan. But it was great to see him fight back. One of the challenges as a young player is to respond to adversity, and he got that, and he got through. And he did have a very good opponent in Jerry McGovern there for a couple of stages as well. So he'll learn and get better as we go on.
And Rogers, only his second game, great signs early. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was really exciting. We sort of knew the player we have. He's very clean with the ball in hand. And he makes, I think the measure of a really good player is that you make others around you better, and that's what he did today. His ability to find a target inside 50 is probably something we've lacked a little bit, and he started to bring that. He's only going to get better as he gets fitter. He's probably not, fitness level is not where it needs to be, but he's certainly going to work his way through that and get better as the season progresses as well. So I thought it was a really positive step for him. He adjusted to the speed last week and put out a performance like today, which shows he's going to be a pretty special player as well.
Half time, it felt like a lot of your numbers were positive, but you were so tight still. What did you tell them, and how did you separate, I guess?
Yeah, it was funny. I've got this stat called shit goal stat, and we gave them 3. Bip out the language, but 3 in the second quarter, which was really frustrating. And there was a bit, period of play in the second quarter where there should have been Benny Hill music playing. The Mac Andrews holding the ball was like, and those are the sort of plays that we've got to eradicate from our game. And it will come, and we know we're going to give them every now and then. But against better sides, and don't get me wrong, West Coast are playing some good footy. Had 2 really good wins the last couple of weeks, but they'll punish us even more. But what I was really happy with is that we really responded after half time. We made a couple of tweaks to our plan. Tightened up defensively in a couple of areas. They had 49 uncontested marks in the first half and kept them to 20 in the second. So, the boys are very, very coachable, and sometimes what happens is when we coach one thing, they probably overdo it, which we do know is going to happen, but they're going to get some enormous lessons out of some things we did today that worked really well.
What did you like about your midfield group?
I just thought they got the game going. We sort of knew the game was going to be won or lost on the back of that. I thought, they jumped us early, got 3 quick goals, and our boys responded well. I thought Witter was enormous in the ruck. Rowley, once again, massive clearance work, big tackle numbers. And I thought Noah Anderson responded really well after his game last week as well. And, I've got to know, like Tuke Miller, it's just as a special player, the way he goes about it. And, we've got a lot of players around him. Got Sammy Flanders off half back that just, does some stuff well with the ball, that allows us to score. And, it was a really pleasing aspect all round, I thought, for those guys today.
We probably ask you every week, but where are you at in terms of how much of your game plan have the guys got right? It seems like it's up. I think you just mentioned it. You're up in one area, you're down in another.
Yeah.
Now, where are you 7 weeks in?
Oh, look, I think from a KPI perspective, we're doing a lot of things well. What we've got to eradicate is the turnover goals against that we're effectively giving the opposition, and they're called giveaway turnovers. And last week, I think we had 10 in the D50, which is effectively a skill or decision-making error that is unpressured. So, look, we had a few of them again today. We'll get better. The education aspect, I love this group because they're just so coachable, if that makes sense, and they're just going to get better and better as we go on. And, the things that we speak about consistently, they put into place, but, it is going to take a little bit of time to make sure everything is up to speed. So, look, we're 4-3, we're 4-0 at home, which is awesome. We've just got to make sure we try and steal one away next week versus Brisbane, who, they're a proud footy club. They're a lot of their KPIs, once again, are very, very good. They're just not getting the result they're after. They'll be looking at that this week. And, look, we give ourselves a shot if we play our best footy, but we're going up against a pretty good side that, is a fortress up in the Gabatoire up there.
You excited about it? Because you're 0-3 on the road, played good teams each time.
Yeah,
another good one.
Yeah, another good one as well. And that's the challenge, isn't it? We have to sit there and consolidate our wins at home, which, people's first. We want that to become a fortress for us, but we've got to make sure we play a good, consistent brand of footy of away. You've got the Coliseum type, atmosphere where there's 30,000 fans, baying for blood, sort of thing. So our guys will get a good understanding of that next week, and hopefully we can rise to the occasion. I'm sure we will.
It's probably fair to say you guys normally come in as the underdog for Q Clash, but it definitely feels a little bit different this season.
You're setting the odds. What have you got on that? You're setting the odds. Oh, look, I think it's one of those ones. From a win-loss perspective, what are we, 4-3, and they're 2 and what is it? 5. Sorry, couldn't get that number. They're 2 and 5. But their numbers, they're better than what they are. They haven't had the win-loss column, so we've got some work to do with regard to trying to get that, game played the way we want it to be played. If we allow Brisbane to play the way they do up there, we're going to be in trouble. But, I think from our perspective, a win away is going to be a great challenge for us and one we're looking forward to.
Any injury updates? I think we saw a possible shoulder injury.
Yeah, that was more his wrist. So Sammy Cloesi, so he was fine, and Bailey Humphrey pulled up fine. He obviously, I think that the head knock doctor, I think, said just get him checked and come off, sort of thing. But we had Dave Swallow sitting there anyway, so he was fine, passed his test, which is great.
Is that the official title, head knock doctor?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what is that guy called up there? Spotter?
Yeah.
Seems more important than that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Going for a dairy milk.